intruder that possesses the most serious health risks for domesticated horses. It is highly contagious and may cause respiratory disease, neurological disease, and abortions. EHV-1, or the equine herpes virus, is one that is present in all horse populations. It is known to be present in a horse's system by the time they are a couple of months old, and remains dormant until a stress-induced trigger activates previously mentioned manifestations of the disease. A horse may face stress during strenuous exercise, long-distance transport, or at wean. EHV-1 is capable of altering neurological functions if it is not identified short after contagion. The best way to assure the well-being of the horse is by applying vaccinations and by practicing basic biosecurity measures. By doing so, further outbreaks can be avoided. The equine herpes virus case that was confirmed in Sunland Park Racetrack on January 21st of this year was the first case of EHV-1 that Sunland Park had ever experienced. Placing a quarantine on such a popular racetrack by January 22nd and having up to 18 horses testing positive by January 29 drew the attention of local residents and concerned horse owners. All due to the fact that EHV-1 is one of the few viruses that possesses the most serious health risks for horses since its further development turns into equine herpes, a term used for the neurological disease associated with EHV infections. Unfortunately, none of the current EHV-1 vaccines are able to prevent EHM, which obstructs a horse's coordination, stability, and posture. In the span of 47 days of quarantine, a total of 73 horses tested positive for the EHV-1 virus in New Mexico. About 6 horses had to be euthanized due to an advanced stage of EHM. Many horse owners and trainers decide to euthanize those who have developed EHM because many are unable to recover and because they too can become a hazard to those who work around. That is because EHM causes hind limb weakness, which will make a horse fall back on its rear at any given moment and may harm those who are working at close proximity with the horse. The most common way for EHV-1 to spread is by direct horse-to-horse contact via nasal secretions. However, it can also be spread indirectly by contaminated objects, those being horse grooming equipment, buckets, tack, and trailers. EHV-1 outbreaks occur very often since its spread is facilitated with foot, vehicle, and pet traffic. It is very easy to transfer it to distant cities across the nation if something as minimal as a horse hair comb is contaminated and used on different horses. To evaluate if a horse has contracted the virus, one should see if it is leaning against any object to regain its balance, if there is any mucosal discharge released from its eyes or nasal secretions, if a horse lays down and stands back up more than usual, if a horse's temperature exceeds 102 degrees Fahrenheit, or if there are any changes in a horse's behavior. The virus itself is easy to kill as long as sterilizing procedures remain constant. Utilizing disinfectants such as Lysol and Clorox will do the trick. Alternatives to decrease further spread of the virus are the following. Keep a horse isolated, utilize a single bucket for water, keep grooming equipment for a single horse, clean and disinfect, and keep an eye out on horse activity. Again, it is believed that a future outbreak like such can be avoided if those attending horses remain constant with the barn area and tack equipment disinfecting procedure. Sunland Park Racetrack confirmed the cancellation for the Sunland Derby and the Sunland Park Oaks by March 6, which were planned to take place on March 20 at the track. Both are known to be significant races for the upcoming Kentucky Derby. The decision to cancel such important racing events was due to the limited amount of time trainers and racers had to prepare for the competitions. A total of 11 days were to be available to prepare for the Sunland Derby and the Sunland Park Oaks once the quarantine was officially lifted by March 9. Instead of doing so, Sunland Park Racetrack and the New Mexico Horsemen's Association decided to cancel both events to protect the integrity of such significant racing events.
Collected by 3/4 of a length to Gettysburg, a length and a half to Concord Fast.
In conclusion, the equine herpes virus will emerge and damage horses' health at Sunland Park Racetrack once again if basic biosecurity measures are not followed. It is important to continue recording the horse's temperature, to wash and disinfect equipment and materials in the stables, and to observe their behavior. The more this is practiced, the less chances there are of horses contracting the virus and developing severe stages of EHM. Viewers should understand that the research for this community problem was done to inform the public of a virus that may affect many domesticated horses if the necessary precautions are not enforced.